Tropics, your drive home on Hot 103. Folks, looks like that storm is headed right for us. Gonna put some gas in my Furman generator, stop by the ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, and of course, watch Mike's weather page. Y'all stay safe out there. Tropics rage. You'll always have a friend here. Mike's weather page. Mike's weather page. Mike's weather page. Mike's weather page. And he'll keep you safe. He'll keep it locked. Mike's weather page. Storms there with Hunter and Louis too. But you know he'll keep you straight at 919 there every day. 1 million fans get it wrong and we're here in Mike's weather page.
What's up, everybody? Good morning. This is some old Ian footage, if you're wondering. Down in the Rotunda West. It was pretty hairy down there. We didn't think we were getting out. The water was coming up, and there were no roads. Oops, hit the wrong button. Me and that dang camera. We started out in the Brew crew over here in our little Brew crew chat. We go live early over there. Couldn't get the camera to work. Oh, Carol, yeah, it wasn't meant to bring back bad memories. It's just a memory now, right? Terrible storm. Ian came ashore. What's up, Chris? Yeah, those pines were scary. A lot of them were snapping. What's up? We got a lot of people saying hello. We got Cedar Key, JB. How's Cedar Key doing over there, man? Melbourne Beach. I saw pictures of the beaches over there yesterday. There was very little beach viewable. Daytona had water all the way to the seawalls. They had that persistent east winds off the Atlantic. I did take a little ride to the St. John's and didn't see too much, but it was a nice ride. I got to go through Mount Dora and DeLand, and I was bored. I got home before. It was a 5-hour trip. I love old Florida towns I haven't been in a long time, so went up State Road 40, crossed, came back on 44. Oh, Scott down there in the Bahamas. What's up there, Gene from Chiefland? Drove through Chiefland a bazillion times these last few years there, Gene. Crazy. What's up, Miss Mary Kling? Cindy, your daughter lives in St. John's. There were a lot of flooding. I got some video. No wake zones and a lot of things were closed, but what's up, Jackie? Yeah, this is a little Hunter. You're not having Halloween. Where's that? Mari, is it Marie? Where are you not having Halloween? Jennifer from Turks and Caicos. Oh my goodness, you're under tropical storm warnings right now. There's gonna be some nasty weather a couple days. Lacey, good morning. Morning, Dale. Kindberg. Oh, we got to chit chat about the fifth wheel, man. We're going to go watch the Bucks game down at Varsity tonight, Dale, if you want to come hang out. That's a long ride for you. Karen from Brevard. Cheryl from Sebastian. What's up, Ashley? Gulfport. Steve, what's up? Lacey, good morning. So hope everybody had a good weekend cleaning up. What's going on? I did that little video from my hometown here in Oldsmar. They were got the big trucks here. DeLand, we were just in DeLand. Cyclone Ashley, you know what? I think it was remnants. Man. Sun is shining in Turks right now. Good news. Oh, Bahamas not getting anything. It depends on what part of the Bahamas. Southeast Bahamas may be getting a little bit. But anyway, one sign of hurricanes and recovery are those big trucks with the big trailers on the back of them, right? Didn't really ever notice those until Ian, maybe, when I started going down to areas that were, impacted from storms. And these trucks, man, they drive around. They're everywhere. And we got them in Oldsmar now. It's the claws picking up all that debris. And we got a mountain on Tampa Road, man. It's crazy. Probably 3 stories tall of debris. Sad sight. Everybody's belongings. And when you go to Hillsborough County, it's a little different. Hillsborough didn't have the surge. They had a lot of trees down. So on the way home yesterday, I saw a lot of the trucks working Tampa area, but it's all debris cleanup. Right now, it's more than just debris here on the coast. It's surge debris, which is a mess. So anyway, we're going to talk a little bit about weather. Morning, Belinda from Pensacola. Things are a little quiet. The transitional part of the year that we go cold front, and then a couple weeks, and then a cold front. And nothing really stormy out there. Ashley Johnson, good morning. Oh, well, let me show you all my YouTube stuff, and then we'll go. So check this out. Emily was more excited, I think, than I was. I was excited, but I got my 100,000 subscriber link mailed from YouTube. Look at that. Is that not awesome? So she was excited. Look at that, Hunter. You see yourself. There's a mirror. So thank you, YouTube, very much. We started the YouTube venture a few years ago. And even a nice little letter here from YouTube. But Shelly and I used to talk about it all the time. Like, how do we figure out YouTube? How do we get over on YouTube? So we're finally got 100. And apparently once we hit 100 over there, it starts really getting big now. So that's pretty awesome. So thank you, YouTube. Appreciate that. Good deal. All right, let's talk a little bit about the weather. And maybe something in the tropics a little bit. Maybe something in the tropics. I know nobody wants to hear it. But anyway, let's hope not. We're done, right? Well, we've had 14. How many storms have we had now? I don't even know. Now that we had Oscar, we'll talk about Oscar here in a little bit. So, but along our journey, way before we started on YouTube, we only were on Facebook. And ABC Fine Wine Spirits has been with us the whole ride. It's going on 6 years now. So big cheers to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, all the employees, all their customers for supporting me and my family. They become good friends. And that's what sponsorships are all about. they support me in what I do and let me to devote a lot of time and resources to reporting the weather in my style. So thank you, ABC, for that. We got a little bit of weather to talk about. Here, let's talk about Oscar. Oscar was possibly, it could have been a lot stronger than what it was reported. The hurricane hunters don't fly there because of Cuba. There's a no-fly zone around Cuba, so they weren't really able to do a lot of data. So who knows how strong it got before it made landfall. Now it's kind of sitting there. And we have a little bit of cold front that came through Florida on the southeast overnight, and it's going to find that weakness, and it's going to eventually start moving off to the northeast, okay? So we got tropical storm warnings up for parts of the Turks and Caicos and southeast Bahamas. It looks like it could fizzle by the time it gets to Bermuda. We'll look at all that. Patty's the next name up. I can't believe they had a storm named Patty. Patty. I think of Patty Melt. Patty. So there you go. That's what it looks like. Here's the latest National Hurricane Center chart, and there you go. It's going to start turning off to the northeast. Expected to fizzle by the time it gets up here. It's going to merge with the frontal line, and once they get absorbed, they become a sloppy, elongated, not Elon, not like X Elon, but elongated. It would have been funny if they would have named Elon's middle name Gated. Elongated. Anyway, here's what we got. We got blue and warnings, yellow and watches. That's only tropical storm. So we have Oscar. Nadine crossed over to the Pacific. Probably going to be a big storm over on the Pacific side. So Nadine is going to regenerate. But that's all we got. All right, what else we got? We got spaghetti models. General core, this thing's going to get close to Bermuda, but it could fizzle out the time it gets to Bermuda, but that's the direction. No chance this thing goes into the lower 48. So, but talking about this little guy forever, it seems like. It came all the way across the Atlantic. Check this out. This is nuts, man. I think this thing came all the way across. This is Tomer Berg's website, cool website. But look at that. This thing began in Africa, and it came all the way across to Cuba. Patty cake. Oh my God, I remember patty cake. How many dads we got out there, man? Like, do you ever think you'd be playing patty cake with your newborn? I remember those days. So Oscar is number 15, Kathy. Okay. Patty cake. Well, look at that track it took. That's wild, right? There's spaghetti models. Not expected to be, a couple of them say maybe it might bounce back to something subtropical, maybe getting going again. So, but it should maintain tropical storm characteristics as it moves off towards Bermuda by the middle to the end of the week. Here's kind of what it's going to look like. So we get through Tuesday here. Tuesday morning, it's going to start pulling off. This is the Euro. So by midweek, we're going to start seeing some rains in Bermuda. This is Wednesday a.m., early. So we'll start to see storms potentially in Bermuda Wednesday, midweek. Big old broad, 1,007 low, nothing there. But hey, it could bring some weather. Here's the GFS showing the same thing. So, we got people in Bermuda watching. I almost flew to Bermuda. That's Wednesday, 4 p.m. So Wednesday morning when you wake up, you'll start to get some, maybe even some late Tuesday night. But here's Wednesday, 1 a.m. Once we get into the early morning of Wednesday at 8 a.m. Eastern, I think you guys are 7 a.m. right now. No, 9 a.m. right now. 9 a.m. AT, right? Isn't it AT? What's the time? What's the zip code or time zone in Bermuda? Is it 8? They call it AT or something? I don't know. But anyway, Atlantic time zone. So here's Wednesday. Then it's out of here by Thursday. Maybe a little bit lingering. Let's see. Here's 10 p.m. on, and then by Thursday morning, pretty much gone. That's 7 a.m. And there's Thursday morning. So Wednesday it is. All right, what else we got? Local weather. That's a rain map. What does that mean? Well, that's rainfall through Friday night. That's the amount of rain we're going to get. Thank you, Christopher Libby. Amy, what's up? What's up, Tom Meyer? Coffee up. Peppermint patty. I remember peppermint. All right, so we got patty cake, peppermint patty, patty melt. What else we got? Patty. Peppermint patty. Oh my God, that's just so good. I can still taste it. Isn't that amazing? You haven't had a candy bar in like 5 years and you can still taste it. Habanero's Dream. How was your storm down there in Belize? Was it just rainy, a little bit of winds, came up quick? All right, so here's a rainfall through basically Saturday morning. Zippo. This is the time of year, man. It's fall. There ain't nothing. Yeah, nothing in the southeast. Now, we do have some rains like we did yesterday. When I was driving up here, I went, ooh. That's how I came home yesterday. That was me. Saw the rains yesterday, too. So when we get these strong winds, we get some kind of coastal action. So that's the next couple days. We're going to get some rain across the east coast of Florida. And it's going to stop in the middle of the state. Could be some storms today, actually, but that's rainfall through Saturday morning. And most of this is for the next 2 days, and then you have nothing. Storms for the country today. We've been getting these big storms out here as our high pressure kind of starts that springtime look to it. That's kind of how the spring happens. We get a big, strong high merging with cold fronts, and we get a lot of storms brewing. So that's where we got today. Notice Florida. We got a little bit of green. That just means we can get some thunderstorms today. Nothing organized, nothing too severe, but we could get a spotty little organized thunder. Doesn't mean everybody's going to get it. It just means the conditions are there. Could be a little pop-up here, there, anywhere. Pop, 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 pop. So there could be a little sneaky thunderstorm here and there, here or there. As we get into the 12Z hour, you can kind of see the flow coming in off the Atlantic. And very spotty. You can see the Oscar leftovers down there in the middle to southeast Bahamas. So we'll keep an eye on that. Let's take a look at what Oscar might look like here, since we got Oscar on our minds. And just kind of show you the rainfall map for Oscar. Precip. And here's what Oscar is going to look like. It's going to exit. And here's your rains into tonight. Turks and Caicos, southeast Bahamas. There you go. As this thing pulls out of here. So heavy rain down that way through tomorrow. And then it should be out of here by Wednesday morning. So today and tomorrow. Then it starts that trek out of here. I don't even see Bermuda here. Bermuda's such a tiny little island. It's so hard to see. Yeah, it could pass overhead Wednesday. So yeah, could still be a little bit of stormy weather for Bermuda on Wednesday and Thursday. It still says 992. That would be kind of breezy. I think that's the most aggressive though. Well, 997. Just gonna pass. There's Bermuda, so. But it's midweek regardless. That's almost not even showing up. It's like a dot. I think this was the smallest hurricane ever as far as width went. So that's all. All right, enough of that. All right. Hurricane season. Let's talk about that. Oh, thank you there, Renee. Appreciate that. What's up with Nadine? Nadine's heading off to the Pacific. Nadine... likely here, let's go to Eastern Pacific real quick. It's probably going to reform. Here it is, 90% chance. They call it EP90. I don't know if I thought it would Huh. So usually when they maintain, they're not remnants. But maybe they were considering it. So it's EP90. I guess it'd be a new name. But it's EP90. You can go to Tropical Tidbits here and get information on EP90. And here's your spaghetti models on Invest 90, which is leftover Nadine. So Nadine might become something kind of strong. Some of the models have it up to category 2, category 3. So Nadine is going to come back as a new name. I don't know what the name is going to be, but new name. All right. Tropics. Where are we? 1021. We're about right here. All right. So there's your Tropics map. Everybody gets mad when I post Tropics. What's up, Mr. Ian? Amish furniture. That's pretty cool. Total rainfall. Holy cow. Yeah, we can look at that. That's a good question. About the Roswell, New Mexico had a big storm. Let's take a look at that, actually. If you ever really want to know, a really good site for that kind of stuff is right here. MRMS radar, right here. My pointer's not working. There it is. So click on the MRMS radar. I didn't draw a little person there. And then we go over to here and we activate the wheel and we go to multi-sensor 72 hour and we can kind of go up here and see the rainfall totals. And we have to scroll out. I don't even know if Roswell is going to pop up here. Does it zoom in that close? I assume that's Roswell somewhere here, right? I don't know how close I can get. Where's Roswell at? Is it right there? Now I feel stupid, so I'm going to go over here and Google it. I'm sure somebody's answering me right now, but that's where all the aliens are at. Let's see here. Of course, the ground out there is so hard. All right, so it is. Oh, it's on the south side. Oh, there it is right there. Dumb me. There it is. But actually it doesn't show up. I mean, green, it's still 2-3 inches. There's one little yellow dot speck here. So right here, I guess that we have yellow right there. That could, oh, there you go. That's a little more accurate. So there's your isolated little pocket. That's 5, 6, 7 inches. Southwest side of Roswell. So here it is, you know, right here. That's Roswell right there. So had a lot of flooding. A lot of cars were swept away. Shout out to Claire. Where did that go? Hey Harold, how you been, buddy? Thank you, Linda. Got a little R&R there, Steve. Tammy says, knick-knack, patty, whack. What is that? Is that a song? Give a dog a bone or something? All right, so there's your Roswell. All right, let's go back to Tropics. All right, so Tropics, unfortunately, do not end anytime soon. We have very active memories of storms that have been late October and November. So it's not like it can't happen. This is where we're at. Here's November 1st. So we do get as much activity late season than we get June, July, and early August. We actually get a little bit more on the back end side. So it's not unheard of to get something in the tropics brewing here later in the season. What's up, Taylor County, Danielle? That's home of Perry, Florida. Lynette back at Cape Coral. Sunday's race in Homestead looks pretty good. Craig, I don't think I am. Forgot about that. Richard, yeah, we're going to talk about the tropics here, buddy. What's up, Sean? How's Massachusetts? Mayo. All right. So what do we got in the tropics? Well, first off, I've been sharing this a lot. This is an official global tropics hazards map showing you basically two areas that they're saying it could be, brewing grounds for something tropical. This one's already panned out for Oscar and then Old Nadine. Then we got this October 30th through November 5th. Chances are low right now, less than 20%, but definitely models are sniffing this area right here the first part of November, and they've been very consistent about it. So I take a little time to post things sometimes to make sure the pattern and conditions make sense. Lance, correct, man. At MJO, I'm going to show you the latest Euro. Broward County, 26 mile an hour wind gusts. Where was that today, Kenneth? Mount Dora's cool little town, Mickey. Pretty busy over there. I was surprised. A lot of signs were blown out. I couldn't believe it driving through Mount Dora yesterday. Like every sign was. You all must have had a lot of wind up there with Milton. So anyway, that's what we're watching. The Euro, and so I posted this one this morning. This is this takes all 51 members of the Euro and it blends them into a colored statistical graphic that's very easy to see. And basically, the brighter the colors, or if you think they're brighter, the more yellow is the higher chances. And we've been watching this for a week, and it seems like every update, the chances are a little more. Doesn't mean it's coming to Tampa. Doesn't mean nothing, except we could see, something low pressure try to develop down here. Historically, this is where they would develop this time of year. We got signs of a Central American gyre again forming down here, which just means a lot of juice trying to kick something off to the north. And this has, been consistent, showing that general area through the first part of November. Now, tropical storm-wise, we didn't get hardly any percentages until recently, and now they're starting to show even more of that, even a little purple here, which is, 20-25%. This is the 1st of November. So it's worth talking about it, So, just, 10 days from now, not that far, really. Water temperatures, I always remind everybody this, water temperatures are still very, 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 very hot. This is the ocean heat content below the ocean. People might say, well, how can that even happen? Well, it's still hot down there. It might not be, hot water up by the, Panama City Beach, but it's hot down in the Caribbean. And where Oscar formed into a pretty strong little hurricane that wasn't supposed to. Oscar was given 10% chance by the National Hurricane Center, and then 2 days later it was a hurricane. So, Nassau Wednesday looks good, Scott. So there's the conditions for water. Here's your water anomaly map on Tropical Tidbits. You can see that the water temperatures in white are where they normally are in 30 years. Coastal around Florida and the upper Gulf Coast and the East Coast are colder than normal. That's a lot of that was our storms we've just had. So we have had a cooling down from Milton. But the Caribbean's still hot. And MJO is talked about a lot. And that is very favorable phase coming in towards October 30th and first week in November. So this is a very favorable pattern for storms to try to develop. That could help kickstart something. Hot water, MJO. Vertical wind shear has been lower than average overall. So the upper level winds have been, La Nina all along was supposed to be lighter wind shear. And that's kind of why Nadine and Oscar were able to form so quick, as we have light wind shear on average. And this is a graph that shows where the wind shear normally is and where our statistical, averages, and it's, you know, probably trending lower than normal. So yeah, so let's talk about things. All right, let's talk about it. Let's look at all the models, just kind of hint what the heck's going on. So we're going to see Oscar get away, and we're going to see general low pressures down here starting to develop. Here's Oscar pulling on out here Wednesday morning. Back to the Nassau question. It's going to be beautiful Wednesday. This is going to turn into a big, broad, low pressure area Wednesday for maybe Bermuda, and that's it. So, but generally speaking, as we get into the end of the month, we get a lot more juice out down here. We get a lot of spin happening. You can see it in the vorticity maps. And we get these little spin-offs trying to get going somewhere. And this is how they start this time of year. So nothing's solid, nothing's ever guaranteed, but the idea is the end of October, early November, we can have something trying to get going. And this affects a lot of folks, man. We have a lot of people traveling. We have a lot of people that live down there. We have a lot of, you know, interests other than Oldsmar. So there's the latest 6Z Euro or GFS. Here's the latest overnight 00Z GFS. Shows you down here November 1st. It kind of, you know, you can tell it really has no idea what it's going to do. But that's 980. That's a definite possibility of a storm. So the idea is that everything's in stages. So this idea is areas to watch going into the end of the month. High pressure across, you know, U.S. But this is just a pattern in the 18Z yesterday. So just an area that, you know, possibly could watch. A lot of them have them, you know, staying away from the lower 48. So obviously you don't see anything there to get worried about, right? Not yet. Right, so that's good. All right, so the Euro AI, which some people think is doing a really good job. I think it's hit or miss, but it's worth showing. It's showing October 28th low pressure, and it kind of, you know, general low pressure November 22nd. A couple things to note here. Obviously, the high pressure extends that way, which really only allow it to hang out around here on this run. Yesterday's 00Z was a little farther off with a piece spitting, you know. So it's not really terribly impressed with the idea, but nonetheless, it's the same concept of something in this whole general area trying to get going. The Euro 00Z, you know, basically little low pressure area here on the 30th. So that's just pointing out this place to watch. Canadian pulls it up a little bit more into the end of the month. So, you know, that's about it. Nothing's definite. Nothing's at all. But the Euro ensembles are a little like starting to hint a little bit more. I guess that's all we get. But as we get the 15-day, you start to see a few more popping up. This is the 1st of November. You know, we're starting to see a few kind of doing some things down there. So, yeah, you know, nothing. But, you know, there are a couple. Definitely trending more every run. Yesterday's 12Z overnight run. So the most recent, a little bit more color down there. So anyway, that's all I got to say about that. Going to Mexico. Well, Mexico's big, Sherry. There's two sides of Mexico. Larry, is it possible to have hurricanes hit Florida at the same time, Atlantic and Gulf? I doubt it, because steering currents they would probably have to flow the same direction. I can't see that happening. I can see them repeating a couple weeks apart. Ian, well, basically you're just closer to the equator. Ian's down there in you get the influence of the basically equator more than anything. You just get more direct heat, and then it's deeper water. Water stays deeper longer throughout the season, so it's deep hot water that brews, and then it just takes longer to cool down. Shallower waters in the Gulf of Mexico and along the coastal lines here. So the Gulf Stream, bubbles. It's like a deep bathtub of water. Plus the winds are calm this time of year too compared to early in the season. And when you don't get a lot of trade winds down that way, you don't get a lot of upwelling. So especially during La Nina, you have less of this. So less winds on general prevents the upwelling of cooler water. So when you get a lot of winds, it helps bring up the cooler water from below. So this time of the year, you have the least amount of sheer lower level winds, so you get less upwelling, bringing up those cooler waters. So basically just that. And historically, we look at October. This is generally the areas that we watch. That makes sense. So anyway, Joey Logano apple cider. Yeah, he's pretty damn good. He whines a lot though too. He shouldn't have whined about getting wrecked last week because he's done it a lot. He should have just gave him the Earnhardt grin. Like sometimes when you say nothing at all, it's more than saying a lot. Swamp, you cooked 35 pounds of meat. So you ate good at least, huh? So what else we got? We'll go to about 10 o'clock. A little bit of rain, but then, daily rains. Things are quiet for the week. Let's look at 24-hour rain maps here. We got a lot of folks asking about the Bahamas. So we'll fast forward this rain accumulation for the next 12 hours. So this is 12-hour increments. So rain today, there's your spotty rains on the East Coast. Then we go to tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Tuesday. So really it's just today and tomorrow for the Bahamas. And then we go to Wednesday morning. Here's Wednesday rains. Nothing. So rains today, Monday, 11 a.m. to tonight, 11 p.m. There's your heavy rains today. Again, spotty rains across the Florida East Coast, but there's your rains for lower Bahamas, middle Bahamas. Tuesday, there's our system pulling out. Wednesday, Bermuda obviously going to get a lot of something on Wednesday. And then Thursday, it's pulling on out of here, and that's that. So this is all the way through Saturday, man. Look at that. I don't see any fronts coming down. I was talking about Halloween. Looks like we're going to be stuck in the 80s. For Halloween Day. Here's a Halloween. Doesn't look like our next real front's coming down until November 4th or 5th. Here's Halloween Day, 80s. Halloween night, 70s. 70s in Georgia, 70s. This is Halloween night, evening. This is trick or treat hours, not overnight, but still. 70s. The only places in the 50s are the mountains. Now this is on the GFS. Euro about the same. It's showing a little cooler actually. Not much, but. Not much. That's trick-or-treat hours on Halloween night. So it doesn't look like it's going to be too cold. At least and then our next big cold front looks like it could be coming in. You can see it right here on the November 4th and 5th. You see it coming in. We'll see if that means that's a long way away, November 5th. What else do we got? Happy Monday, Margaret. Pick up sticks. Yeah, we had a ton of sticks in our yard too. Shelly, where's your Halloween party at? I don't think we got any rain this week. Anybody? Nowhere. Unless you're out in the Midwest. We got big storms today again for weather. I think Reed's out there doing a little storm chasing. 7-day rain forecast. That's Monday to Monday. So we're going to stay dry across the south and the east. A little bit of rain's coming in off the Atlantic. So that's Monday to Monday. Lisa down in Cancun. What's up, Mark from Punta Gorda? Keeping the 12-foot skeleton up. Hell yeah. I got 2 bricks on the witch. Yep, Sarah, very active for Reed this year. Waiting on my email spirit. Hey. Well, anything else good going on? All good? What's the Brew Crew doing here? Kimberly wants a wine and witches party. Yeah, we do that. We put out, we got adult trick-or-treats. I usually go to ABC and buy all these weird peanut butter and chocolate and marshmallow and all this stuff and end up sitting on the bar for the next 365 days. So I need to be smart this year and buy smaller quantities. I always get like going into Publix when you're hungry, you buy more than you should. So I need to buy small quantities of Halloween trick-or-treat drinks for the adults. Sarah's going to Marco November 3rd and 7th. Well, just, yeah, you never know. Nope. The only thing Oscar might bring us a couple ways, Lacey. But that's nothing. Jello shots would be cool. Hey, Hunter, come here, buddy. Oh, he just ran away. Darn it. Pub subs. Now you're talking like my boy Josh. OMG Wicks. Oh, anyway, all right. Well, that's it. Hey, listen. Today be a good day to call up and get on our cruise here. We're about 80% full. June. We're in June this year. The last 3 years we've been in March. We went to June now. We're the first week of June. We're kicking off the hurricane season next year on the Utopia of the Seas, our 4th annual cruise. Brand new ship. It's only sailed a couple times. Leaving Cape Canaveral. 224 days away. But give old Kim a click here. And she will get in touch with you. A wonderful lady. So, no cold fronts coming, Jessica. But we always meet a lot of cruisers that don't know about our cruise. They're like, I wish we would have known. We end up with more fans on the ship that are not in our group. And our group pricing is cheaper than most. So, plus you get a lot of cool swag. So, mwpcruise.net. Join our cruise and party like a rock star. We'll do the silent party thing. What do they call that thing? The hush party or something? Emily, what do they call that? Oh, she's in her class right now. You know, everybody's dancing without music. You see all these weirdos out there like doing YMCA, and you don't hear anything. You just see people dancing. And then the other groups listen to something else. They're listening to like AC/DC. They're like air guitar, and the other group's doing YMCA, and it's pretty comical. You know what I'm talking about. Silent disco, right? That's what it's called. Yeah, see, y'all know. Y'all are cruisers. You've been there, done that. Yeah, y'all have done it. There's a ton of y'all that have done it. Oh my God, that's so awesome. So, all right, well, we'll see y'all tomorrow. We'll be watching Tropics today. See if that lower Caribbean area might be something that, you know, I started to see more and more Mets talking about it, so it's definitely noteworthy to talk about it. I showed you why it could develop, what conditions are going to be there. So that's enough for me to say, hey, we might have a little something to talk about, you know. We get this whole general CAG set up. It's pretty fascinating to see here. General lowering pressures. This whole little region right here toward the end of the month. So, you know, typically these curve off, you know, it's just a matter of where they form before they curve off. So, you know, just we have to watch. And the way Oscar came across, nothing's ever guaranteed on any direction this far out. But what is this whole general area right down here towards the end of the month? It could be spitting something up to the north. Skeleton's staying up. Well, anyway, I hope you all have a great day. We got the Bucks on tonight. How many Buck fans we got? We're going to be watching the Bucks. They're playing Monday night tonight. So go Bucks. We can talk about it in the morning. Good or bad. I know Julie was bummed out the Vikings lost. They were undefeated. Now they lost. So she was a little bummed out. It's only been one team to ever go undefeated all the whole year. That was the Dolphins. My dad talks about it every year. He always roots against the teams that are undefeated because he wants the Dolphins to maintain that record with Shula. So, sweet. Well, we'll see y'all